Hey guys, there's a new article on gamematsu.com about Code Vein, and this one seems to be a more detailed version of the previous one we've had, where they introduced Jack and Eva. In this one they clearly talk about the weapon types, and they clearly explain what each of them do. But before I get into it, I just want to say that I've watched many videos about Code Vein recently, and I've seen a lot of people complaining about the staggering animation on the enemies. For those who haven't noticed the staggering effect, it will depend on the weapon type you are using, and also the enemies have the focus gauge above them. Now for the article, I'll keep it short for you. So each type of weapons have three types of attack: a weak attack, a strong attack, and a charge attack. I will not explain each of them, and I will only point the important parts of what they can do. So we have the one-hand sword, which can execute combos, and it is good for hit and run combat style. And according to what I've read in the article and to the videos that I've watched, its various type of attacks include a dash, which gives some ability to the players. Next we have the great sword or the two-hand sword. Slow but powerful, it is good for dealing with multiple enemies at the same time, and its charge attack can knock them down. Next we have the bayonet, or the rifle with the bayonet for those who like it. It allows you to fight on the long range and on the short range. It requires the player to manage the distance. Its strong attack is the shot from the rifle, and by charging it, it will increase the range and the accuracy. It also has a launch attack that can be executed after a backstep. In other words, from what I've read and from things that I know about Code Vein, these weapons seem to require a build based on mobility, and there are gifts that can increase your mobility, so this is very convenient. Next we have the Halberd. There's not much to talk about here, except for the fact that it has a wide range attack, and many of its attacks come with a kickback. Its unique attack timing requires practice. Next and finally, the Great Hammer. Probably the slowest type of weapon. It has a pretty short range but deals more damage and has downing ability. So the Great Sword and the Great Hammer seem to be the weapons that have the highest chance to stagger enemies. However, the Great Hammer and the Halberd look very difficult to use in my opinion. Moving on, now we have the most interesting part of the article, and here they talk about the same type of weapons with different attack motions. And what they say is, even for the same types of weapons, various different kinds exist. Depending on the weapon, some attacks will have exclusive attack motions. And then they show a Great Hammer, which has a big swing attack unseen in the weapon's basic attacks. And this one looks very much like an axe more than a Great Hammer. Now this gives you an idea of what they are talking about here. Next they show a one-hit sword weapon, which has some attacks where the character will wield it with two hands. And finally they show a halberd weapon that looks like a spear, and that makes use of piercing attack. So personally I feel relieved about this because I was very worried about the variety of weapons in the game. Anyways, this is all that we have for Code Vein. And by the way, there's an announcement for the next God Eater game that we will have on October 7th in 2 days. So I don't know if I have to cover it. I will see what I can do with it depending on what they will show. And yes, this is all for this video. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.